Welcome to 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning.
Recently, 2K hosted the 2K20 launch party, and let me tell you, there were some celebs there.
Yeah, everywhere you looked, you had influencers. You look over in the other corner and you see Kevin Durant, all the way to the cover athlete Anthony Davis. 2K fans were celebrating the launch of NBA 2K20.
I mean, I feel like you missed the most important celebrities there. That was me, Alexis Morgan, and Chris Manning.
I don't know about most important, but we were definitely.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now the presentation of the award ceremony. Norman Powell. Fred VanVleet. Gasol. Lowry. Let's hear it for the NBA champions.
Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. Tonight, it'll be the Washington Wizards going up against the Toronto Raptors at Scotiabank Arena. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan. And now, Washington's starting group. All runs the point with Beal at the 2. Travis Bertans out there with Thomas Bryant. And it's Brown in at the 3 spot. And for the Raptors, Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. And VanVleet out there with Lowry, and it's Powell in at the small forward position. The entire offseason leading up to tonight, Steve, as a player, do you already know if your team has a chance to be special this early?
You know, Kevin, yeah, you do. And I think the teams that I've been on and teams that you see and saying we don't have a chance to win, you try to trick yourself. You're looking at management and ownership. Can we make a deal throughout this year to get us in contention? But you got to be realistic. You know the team that you don't have a chance to win their championship.
And so it's the Wizards getting on the board first. Now Lowry. Just 5 on the clock. For the 3. The shot by Powell, no good. And so Bryant will bring it up for Washington. Brown the pass to Bertans. Bryant trying to free himself up. Bertans' shot is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Here's VanVleet following the bucket by the Wizards. Passes it to Siakam. And it's sent back by Bryant. And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Bryant. Here's VanVleet. That shot, no good. Some solid defense from Brown.
3 straight misses to begin this contest and already starting to look frustrated.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
And John Wall, of course, having to fight back from that torn Achilles, but also is now having to play up to that Supermax contract he signed.
That one falls for Wall. And with Wall, no doubt he's a star guard. But with that contract break comes heavy expectations.
No doubt. And I'd like to see Wall become more proactive, really as a playmaker on offense in the near future. Depending on how he feels after the injuries, he might need to change his style just a bit. They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make. And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Lowry. Beal on the double team. Gasol wide open. He fires. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Here's Bryant. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
And that was a heat check right there. First miss of the night, but still shooting 80% as a team.
The Wizards have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Here's Wall. Bryant trying to free himself up. Wall, good. Wall's got 5 now.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
You know, you don't hear a lot of talk about it, but Brad Beal is one of the top shooting guards in our league. The scoring, the playmaking he provides is really right there amongst the elite. Chance to check out stats for Gasol. Good season for him last year. Put up about 13 points per, 8 rebounds and 4 assists. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Totally. You want your team to at least hold court when the reserves come in. He definitely keeps you solid up front.
And Lowry gets it to go.
Oh, that's great awareness. That's a great pass. Credit Siakam and the work he's done to understand where everyone is in this offense.
They grabbed their own miss. Yep, it counts. That's 7 points for John Wall.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Lowry for 3, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
That pull-up jumper, a staple for the elite point guards. Count Lowry and their company.
It's Wall with the drive. Here's Bryant, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Raptors trail by 9. Beal on the double team. Pass to Van Vliet. Here's Gasol, and Gasol slams it in.
And it does not take much for Gasol to throw it down. Just feed the big man inside, and he's good to go.
Here's Wall, and Gasol sends it back. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. And so the ball's out of bounds. Powell touched it last. Here are the top distributors from last season. These guys always seem to find the open man. Kyle Lowry is second.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
Now here's Wall. 7 points in the game. Well, it has been a long road back from injury for John Wall, Greg. The heel issue followed by the Achilles tear.
And you just hope that Wall can make a full recovery and get back to the player he once was. Provides so much with his speed and playmaking as well as scoring.
And the first one drops. Well, it's a new front office in Washington, and Greg, they've got their work cut out for him.
John Wall's huge Supermax contract as he deals with the Achilles injury. Tough questions to be answered about the direction they're going to take talent-wise.
And so Wall nails both of them. Well, the Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer, he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
Bucket is good.
His shot making has been superb this quarter. He's taken over this game.
And it's Lowry penetrating outside for Gasol. Van Vliet looking around. 6 on the shot clock. Washington with the rebound.
Not sure if that's the shot you were looking for, but it's a fairly clean look. Almost have to take it.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I'll tell you, this was their strategy coming in. They obviously identified a weakness there inside.
A pull-up. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Lowry with the ball. Working on Bertans. And again, no good by Toronto. Wizards leading by 13. Gasol with the steal. Lowry with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. For 3. Lowry can't get it to go.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
Here's Brown. Plays it up off the glass.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
And the Raptors call time here.
The Toronto Raptors are an elite defensive group. Reasons why they're long, they're smart, and they're experienced.
Stat sheet here on Bradley Beal. Coming off a terrific season, 11th in scoring, and he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
Oh, yeah, one of the most dependable scorers in the league. He really saved him in several games a season ago. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
It's Wall with the drive. And Wall with the slam.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
And so here's Toronto. They trail by 14. Wall against Lowry. Goes up from the top of the key. Unable to get that one. Now the Wizards take it the other way. Here's Wall. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got his 3rd assist on the night.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Now here's Gasol. Here's Lowry. His shot is good. Scores his 3rd basket in 6 tries. Shooting 50%.
Unafraid to challenge you inside, Lowry's a scoring threat on all 3 levels.
And Bryant slams it in.
explosive leaping ability allows him to play the 5, even though he's a little undersized.
And David Aldridge spoke with Nick Nurse. David.
Well, Kevin, I asked him, what are some of your main concerns? And he said, we're dealing with a team that can really light it up from the outside. So it's essential that we don't give them open looks from deep, or we'll be in trouble. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Obviously, the 3-ball is a big concern for any defense.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Van Vliet with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. And only 6 feet tall in shoes, Fred Van Vliet's not the biggest, but his toughness grade. His toughness, mentally and physically, is unquestioned.
And Kevin, growing up in Rockford, Illinois, gave him that perspective. Friends and family gone too soon. Basketball was the path to something better.
She said don't be stressing in the limelight. But get your mind right. Hey, prayers up for the most part. Ain't no killing on the sofa. Head gone, head so far. In the clouds, and in the now. Once you get it now, already told ya. I've been tired of the useless. I've been tired of the using. I ain't even took it loosely. No, don't move me. I think it's a movie. I just wanna make a motion. But it's like that when it just is.
And Toronto will go for a different look here. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Gasol. OG Anunoby comes in for Pascal Siakam. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Patrick McCaw in for Fred Van Vliet. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Mo Wagner's checked in for Thomas Bryant. Hachimura comes in for Davis Bertans. CJ Miles, he's checked in for Beal. And Isaiah Thomas subbed in for John Wall. From 11 feet away, and it's Toronto with the rebound. Here's Hollis Jefferson out left of the wing. Anunoby passes to Hollis Jefferson. And Ibaka kicks to McCaw. And again, it's Toronto converting.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
Here's Thomas. Here's Wagner. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to McCaw. Oh, wide open look here for Ibaka. And the Raptors check on 2 more.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for Washington. 9-point game. Brown, good.
They're getting him shots in his spots. That's understanding your personnel.
Here's McCaw. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. McCaw has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And that one is good.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
From past the arc, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
This is what I like about Lowry, not just looking for his shot, even though he's an excellent scorer.
And it's Brown missing. Raptors trail by 8. The drive by Lowry makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And it's Brown missing.
He liked to have that one back. That's easy money.
And again, Toronto with the triple.
Taking things into his own hands this quarter, trying to keep his team afloat.
And the rejection by Ibaka.
Great defense by Serge, a tremendous athlete, blessed with insane length and leaping ability.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Now here is Lowry, 15 points in the game.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Brown the pass to Wagner. Wizards passing it around. Hachimura. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. To the paint. Here's Anunoby. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Both teams racking up the points to start this game.
And you wonder how long they can keep it going. At some point, you expect the defense will adjust.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
There's Hollis Jefferson. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Thomas inside. No points in the game yet for him. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. And we all know how rough things have been for Thomas the last few seasons, Greg, battling injuries and trying to find the right situation for his talents.
And the injuries have clearly taken their toll on Thomas. A lot of things need to go right for you to be a star player at his size, and lately that just hasn't been the case.
.109 left to play in the first quarter. To the left wing. Back to Lowry. Here's the three. A shot off that time. Now the Wizards take it the other way. Here's Hachimura. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And it's all about getting to the right spot. And Hachimura did just that in transition.
The pass to Anunoby. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Anunoby's got 9 points.
And he's caught fire this quarter yet to miss a shot.
Here's Thomas. Goes back up. And it's good on the way in. And the Wizards lead by 5.
They continue to be outworked and outmuscled on the backboard.
Got that bucket in no time at all. 18 points for Kyle Lowry.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
And the truth is, this league would have been much bigger had he shot better.
And here comes the break. Here's Hachimura. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. He has 6.
And showing some toughness on that take. Hachimura, these kinds of buckets can energize a team.
John Wall getting it done for Washington. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. Right back after this break. And Serge Ibaka talked about his skill set. Now it complements Kyle Lowry and Pascal Siakam and what he brings to the team.
My defense toughness, my experience playing with those two guys, one of the best in the game right now, and then helping those two here, and with my experience, what I learned, I think I can help the team a lot. Energy and both hands on the floor.
And really, Ibaka is a seasoned veteran now, a terrific role player known for his defense.
And Ibaka knows his role and plays it well.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
You can do everything else right, but if you fail to take care of the defensive glass, you're killing your chances.
So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. At the forward spots, Miles and Hachimura. Smith is out there with Thomas, and it's Wagner in at the center.
Like a lot of jump shooters, Lowry's much more consistent when he gets his looks within the flow of the offense.
And he gives up some size on that play, but the defender fails to close the gap.
This is why you spend so much time devising ways to space the floor. If you can't, you don't get very far.
Thomas against Lowry. Here's Wagner. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. And now a 7-point Wizards lead. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. McCaw, the pass to Ibaka. Got a piece of it and stolen by Thomas. The finish. And Thomas with the stuff.
Love the recognition. Realizes that one is all him.
Sometimes that's the call. You want to be unselfish, but even more so, you want to be effective.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know, and if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, "A Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you run into a metal pole." And Kevin, that's what made him, from Philly to Villanova to Toronto to an NBA champion.
I don't know about running into the metal pole, but that sounds painful. But he's certainly as tough as he can be. David, thank you. And the shot goes in. Wagner's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And Ibaka slams it in.
And for Serge nowadays, most of his offense comes from beyond the arc or at the rim.
Beal's shot is good. Steve, let me ask you, what's better for a young player's development? Being on a worse team getting more minutes, or being on a good team and getting fewer minutes?
You know, I think always getting a chance, Kevin, to play minutes is best for a younger guy. But if it's hurting the team, you don't want to see the coaching staff playing these younger guys just to get the one guy ready. I think you still have to think about the team. You have to have guys earn minutes, whether they're a rookie, whether they're a veteran or not, and I think that's better for young teams.
Toronto with the ball, following the bucket by the Wizards. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from McCaw. Here's Miles. Rebound by the Raptors. Ibaka's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Van Vliet, and the 3 ball is good. Van Vliet's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Not just a knockdown shooter, he does a great job of finding space for his shot.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Now here's Van Vliet. Hachimura grabs the miss. Wizards leading by 8. Here's Beal. Second shot opportunity. Wagner, good.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, throws down the alley-oop slam.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
He's been a big factor in their offense tonight, making shot after shot.
Well, last season we got a glimpse of what a Bradley Beal team looks like as he led the way for the Wizards after Wall went down.
And really, Beal took it upon himself to kind of keep this team moving forward. And it was his best season to date. Career highs in scoring, and also was creating more for his teammates in Wall's absence.
Throw good, Beal. Raptors trail by 11. Pass to Powell. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got his 9th assist in the game now.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
It's Powell on the wing. Great D that time from Beal.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
The defense slow to react that time. Smith makes them pay using his quickness.
Here's Van Vliet after the basket by Washington. Outside Gasol. That one off the back iron and out.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
He had a nice open look right there. 8 points for Smith.
Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
Here's Van Vliet. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Beal's shot is good.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Now here's Powell. 5 points in the game. Siakam finds Van Vliet. And here is Powell, covered by Smith. Just 5 to shoot. Anunoby passes to Gasol. Powell for 3, and again Toronto with the triple.
The big fella loves to pass. Marc Gasol with the vision and court awareness to do it from anywhere on the floor.
That's good from Beal on the assist by Smith. Smith's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Beal on the double team. Van Vliet with it. Working on Bertans. Powell, that's good.
Building off a solid first quarter. He's been lights out here in the second.
And he comes up with the deuce. Hachimura's got 10.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Here's Powell. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7. Wizards leading by 11 to the right side. On the wing, Bryant. Over Gasol. The shot by Bryant, no good.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
Here's Anunoby. 13 points in the game. Gasol's shot is good. Gasol's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Toronto. Here's Beal. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. 17 points for Bradley Beal.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Pass to Anunoby. Toronto calls timeout.
And now a chance to see the former Demon Deacon Ish Smith in action. Has been in the league for a while now and played for several teams, and he's a veteran through and through.
Washington making a change here. Brown's checked in.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Siakam. He's coming off an excellent season. Last season put up about 17 points per, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
He's versatile. He's prolific. There really isn't much a defense can do once he catches fire.
Now, here's Bertans. Here's Bryant. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul. It's called on Toronto. The Wizards shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. So, Steve, the league has done a pretty good job of curbing player altercations. Some guys, always though, it seems, are going to be ready to go toe-to-toe and will not back down.
Patrick Beverly, Kevin, Draymond Green,
That's right.
James Johnson.
Yeah.
Those guys come to mind. They are ready to go from the tip. They are ready to go.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Raptors trail by 12. Lowry feeling it out a bit. Pass to Gasol. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Gasol's got 4 points in the quarter.
Terrific play call, and that's where you want to see Marc Gasol. He can use his combination of skill and size.
Looking to make plays for others. We've seen this from him all night.
There's been an emphasis on ball movement, and he's been a major catalyst.
Free throw good from Brown.
Well, you can count me as a fan of Ish Smith and the game he has, the change of speed he can use, and the way he can finish with creativity inside. Very fun player to watch.
And after that great first quarter from three-point range, he has finally come back to earth. Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
Now, here's Gasol. 9 points in the game so far. That one falls. And, Smitty, how do you see the role of Ish Smith changing as he gets older?
I see him still coming off the bench to lead the second unit and giving them some scoring from the backup guard position and leadership.
And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for Toronto. Down by 15. Over to the wing. Siakam, right side. And the pass to Gasol. Shot clock at 5. And the shot is good. Gasol's got 8 points in the quarter.
A lost art in this game. Terrific bounce pass.
Beal drives in. That one drops for him.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Lowry finds Powell. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back. And really that's what you want every time down the floor. A simple, high percentage shot.
Passes it to Gasol. And they double up Gasol. Raptors moving the ball around. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Lowry.
And if you needed a reminder as to why Lowry's an all-star, check the scoring column.
Washington calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Gasol, he's checked in for Fred VanVleet. And then for Washington, John Wall comes in for Beal. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Ish Smith. Wizards leading by 11. Pass to Bertans. Here's Wall. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
With the floater, he takes it up and lays it in. McCaw's got 11.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got... And how about Wall? Just phenomenal at taking it to the defense with that lightning quick first step.
1:33 left in the second quarter. Thomas against Lowry. Outside for Gasol. Off target with his 3.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
He gets that one. 21 points for John Wall.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Outside Lowry. Outside for Gasol. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Wall. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
I'll tell you, when Wall is scoring like this, it's special to watch. A spectacular, explosive performance.
Outside Gasol. It's Powell on the wing. He's covered by Brown. Knocks down the 3-ball. He's got 14.
And he has found the stroke, folks. Continues to knock down shot after shot. Perfection thus far.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Count that one. And the Wizards lead by 16.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Pass to Powell. Back to Siakam. Outside Gasol. That 3 off the mark. And here we go. Washington fast break. Thomas is running with the second effort.
On top of being a high-level run-and-jump athlete, Siakam shows great lateral speed. He can guard both on the perimeter and in the post.
And so it's Washington with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Bradley, a strong first half for you and the team. It looked like you guys really were ready to play. Was that something Coach emphasized?
Yeah, most definitely. We wanted to hit them first. We weren't going to check any temperatures, as he said, so we were not going to just let guys do what they want to do. We're going to come out and be the aggressor, and we did that.
Obviously have to maintain that in the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. We've reached halftime of our first regular season game.
I'm swimming.
I thought you thought maybe the first half was going swimmingly. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet. It was a great half of basketball from John Wall. He had 25 points and 1 rebound. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
I love the way they're getting after it in the paint. Moving bodies, attacking the rim, scoring at will. Sometimes teams try to hurt you with the 3-ball. They went right for the heart of the defense. Look at them to keep pounding it inside and staying physical.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, recipe for disaster. Without major improvements defensively, this game is over.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. And Van Vliet out there with Lowry, and it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Here's Lowry, and he converts the layup. Lowry's got the first basket of the second half here for the Raptors.
Playing from behind right here, not easy, but he is answering the bell.
The reason why is not just scoring, it's the way he's doing it. Efficient. That's what you need at this point in the game.
Down low, here's Van Vliet. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Washington leading now by 14. Wall dishes to Beal. Here's Brown. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why, lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
The offensive rebound, Gasol. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Gasol's got 15 points.
Great anticipation by Marc Gasol, really known for defensive rebounding, but he did it that time on the offensive glass.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow!
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee!
Here's Powell, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. He's got 17.
And the Raptors took some heat for parting ways with reigning Coach of the Year, Dwayne Casey. But his successor, Nick Nurse, guided this franchise to an NBA title.
Tremendous self-belief and determination. The only NBA head coach who was also a head coach in college, the G League, and overseas. He's been preparing for this for a long time.
And Siakam throws it down.
Aggressive move from Siakam, putting all that length and athleticism to work.
It's Wall with the drive. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Wall's got 4 points in the quarter.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for the Washington Wizards. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Yes, that goes in.
Down the stretch, this is when they need him the most, and he is delivering.
Three-pointer, Lowry. Rebound by the Wizards. Bryant's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. The drive by Beal. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Toronto called for the foul. This is his second trip to the line in this one.
And last season, he was successful. 81% of the time when he went to the line, so he didn't waste a lot of opportunities.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And every so often, Steve, we'll see 2 teammates fighting over a rebound. You ever have a teammate upset with you for stealing his rebound?
A lot, Kevin. All the bigs I played with, those guys hated when guards came in. They would elbow you, and if you're on their same team, saying get out of here, especially for a lot of those bigs, it was a lot of rebound incentives in their contract, so they wanted to grab every rebound.
Raptors trail by 20. Lowry passes to Van Vliet. And the Raptors miss again. The Wizards have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto last season, Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors. And the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23. And he has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. After winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you. Toronto's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Ibaka looking for an opening. Here's Hollis Jefferson, defended by Miles. Shot clock at 6. 2 points. That one goes. Ibaka's got his 3rd basket of the night.
When you have someone with Ibaka's size and coordination, it's a crime not to get him some looks inside.
Count it. Good.
Putting consistent pressure on this defense. Just the threat of him out there makes this offense work.
Here's Hollis Jefferson, defended by Miles. Now the pass to Van Vliet. And Lowry has it in the corner. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. That's 28 points for Kyle Lowry.
And that's another 3. And if the defense is hoping that they don't heat up from out there like they did in the first half, they may be in for a real bad surprise.
Washington calls timeout.
And over the last few seasons, Kyle Lowry's scoring trending downward. His assists increasing, though, dramatically, relying more on his teammates to get the job done.
He's checked in for Toronto. And a change for the Wizards. Smith checked in for C.J. Miles. Washington leading now by 19 points. And we've seen Lowry settling for more perimeter shots in recent years.
I mean, he's always had a great motor, but you have to adapt as you get older. Some back issues starting to creep in, and important for him to stay healthy along the way.
Here's Anunoby. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Anunoby's got 16 points.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
Wall, good.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Passes to Van Vliet. A 3-ball. But they'll get another chance. Here's Ibaka, and again it's Toronto converting.
And that's a nice jumper by Ibaka, showing good touch from mid-range.
Hachimura, no good. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Toronto. It's an 18-point game. Anunoby right through the D for the layup. 18 points for him.
One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
Wall, and the layup's good off the glass. And the Wizards lead by 18.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems.
Out to the right wing. Here's Van Vliet. Off target from outside.
He's been of no help stretching the floor tonight. Just 1 3 in the first half. Nothing in the second.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
Smith against Lowry. No good on the 3. Wizards leading by 20. To the inside. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And proving to be effective around the rim. Hachimura leaving no doubt about that one.
To the wing right side. Fires the three. They get it back. Hollis Jefferson. He can't get that one. The Wizards shooting an unbelievable 70%. You won't see a performance like this too often. Kept alive. Here's Wall. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Wall's got 41.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
To end the run, count that one from Van Vliet. That gives him the double-double. 11 points and 13 assists. And it's Smith penetrating. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. And 12 points for Smith.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside. And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Toronto calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question, toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
The Raptors making a switch here. McCaw's checked in, and a switcher also for Washington. Thomas is checked in. A difficult situation for Toronto. Here's McCaw. 14 points for him. Pass to Anunoby. They double him with Wall. Here's McCaw. 4 on the shot clock. Shot from free throw range, and Wagner pulls it down. Wagner's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And the slam dunk by Wall.
And he can just fly. We know that about Wall now, that he's got plenty of ways to finish at the rim once he gets up, and beyond.
Here's Van Vliet. He's got 11. Pass to Ibaka. And another assist for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's Wall, and he banks in the layup. Wall's got 47 points.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
A uncontested shot at...
Ooh! That's how you attack. Wow.
Agree.
Oh, here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. Here's McCaw. Knocked loose. And Toronto turns it over again. And a chance now to look at the schedule coming up for the Toronto Raptors. On Tuesday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Houston Rockets. Then on Thursday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Houston Rockets. Here's Washington now. They're on an 18-7 run. And it's Rondé Hollis Jefferson with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And some changes here for the Raptors. Marc Gasol comes in for OG Anunoby. And Norman Powell subbed in for Hollis Jefferson. And here is Beal. He has 29, and it's in there.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
And Ibaka kicks to McCaw. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here.
And let's see the stat sheet here on John Wall. Last season, he played outstanding. He's averaged 20 points a game, 8 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
You know, mentally, he's a pass-first type of player. It gets everyone involved and engaged, and that really sparks this offense.
And they should probably start looking to get the ball inside more. The three-pointer hasn't been there for them like it was in that first half. The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
There's the pass to Ibaka. Now here's Van Vliet. He's guarded by Thomas. McCaw, the pass to Powell. To halt the run, Hachimura grabs the miss.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
Offensive rebound. Shots good by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 8 points in the quarter.
And so far are going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Washington calls timeout.
Craziest fans get a free t-shirt. Let's hear it, fans.
So for the Wizards, Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Mo Wagner. Davis Bertans comes in for Hachimura. And it's Brown in for John Wall. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, and ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
You know, the coach has had something to say about that. No question, they've settled in and executed brilliantly.
The Wizards have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great, about 77% as a team.
That's good from Thomas. 1:09 left in the third. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
.105 left in the third quarter. Here's Ibaka. The shot misses, and it's Washington the other way. Here's Brown. Another one falls for Washington.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
It's a winning approach when you execute. That's the key. They're playing fast, but also under control.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's tightly guarded. That's a 2 from Powell. Beal pulls it in. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Thomas. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
The Wizards have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. Siakam is checked in for Serge Ibaka.
One shot.
That free throw good from Thomas.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Van Vliet finds Gasol. Siakam left side. And the officials call a traveling violation.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford
mistakes like that.
You know what it is, a lack of concentration. That's a momentum killer.
Here's Beal. Drops one in from the wing. Beal's got 12 points now in the quarter.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Here's Van Vliet. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Washington out in front, running away with it. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on his heels.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. C.J. Miles is out there with Jones. Then it's Thomas Bryant. And it's Bonga in at point guard.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
They built up this huge lead with great play at both ends. They're going to love watching film tomorrow.
Gasol inside, working on Bryant, and Gasol gets it to go.
Gasol handles himself despite contact, just using his gigantic size to his advantage.
Here's Schofield, and he uses the glass on the layup.
High percentage look. This is what your offense is designed to do.
We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. McCaw with the bucket.
He's been locked in all night, and he's taking good shots.
Here's Bonga. Here's Schofield. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Well, we know, Steve, the NBA looking at lowering the draft eligibility age from 19 to 18. The one-and-dones would be gone. You like the move?
I do like the move, Kevin. I would just love to have a lot of things in place for these younger guys, whether they're 18, 19, some guys at 25, just something in place to help these guys, especially some of the things they're having problems with off the court and also financially. Have some kind of third eye to be able to help these guys.
And this is where the G League comes into play, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
No good on that one. Good on the second free throw. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Now Siakam passes it to McCaw. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. A strange saga last season for Patrick McCaw. Restricted free agent with the Warriors. He sat out, Smitty, for months.
He did, Kevin. Eventually signed a non-guaranteed deal with the Cleveland Cavaliers, but he was waived within days, prompting a league investigation. A promising young player, the Dubs didn't want to lose him, and eventually signed with the Toronto Raptors, and he won another chip.
And he makes the first. And players now, Steve, more able to dictate where they want to play. How has free agency changed since you came into the NBA?
I think the signing of shorter contracts, Kevin, guys with player options. And then I think also for a lot of players, they're not taking as much money, leaving money on the table because the endorsement deals off the court is making up for some of their money on the court.
Here's Jones, the 15-footer, good. Jones has got his first basket. And so Siakam will bring it up for Toronto. And there's the call on Jones. That's his first foul. Johnson, he's checked in for the Raptors.
Personal foul. In for your Raptors, Stanley Johnson.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And it's sent back by Bryant. Heck, and still knocked it down. Nice composure.
One of the league's best-kept secrets, Pascal Siakam out of Cameroon, discovered as a raw teenager at Basketball Without Borders back in 2012.
The Raptors making a switch here. Boucher is checked in.
One shot.
Well, Smitty, you're talking about Siakam. The Raptors president is from Nigeria and very active in the Basketball Without Borders program.
You're totally right. A prospect like Siakam was on his radar. The late first-round pick in 2016 was more than rewarding where he ended up at.
And the shot goes down. Bonga's got 6 points in the quarter.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Payne with it, picked up by Bryant. And that one drops. And it's 7 points for Siakam.
Strong finish. Siakam with great balance, able to complete the play through contact.
Bonga, no good. The Raptors have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Knocks it loose. Miller kicks to Payne. Here's Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
You know, before coaches started running plays for him, this is where Siakam would get his points, on the offensive glass.
The three-pointer is right on target.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
You can't afford to give him space. Those kinds of mistakes have been the story of this game.
Steve, how do you feel about the top college players getting some sort of compensation for their work?
You know, I don't know about top college players, Kevin. I think if you're going to do it, it has to be all college players because it's a team. And I think if you look at it, some of the ways I would love to see it, if those guys can get health insurance benefits, if they can get a longer time to finish their education. I love that type of compensation.
Washington calls timeout.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching has its place.
Yeah, if that weren't the case, you wouldn't see so many coaching changes in the offseason.
Inside, Johnson, and the slam dunk by Johnson.
And once you let Johnson near the rim, it's you against his strength and will.
Here's Schofield, and he drops it in from the low post. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Pass to Payne. Miller surveying the floor. Pass to Boucher. Raptors moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Siakam. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, last season, Pascal Siakam more than doubled his scoring. Dramatic improvement as a shooter from the perimeter and the line.
Throw good, Siakam. And we've seen his shooting improve. But Siakam also very dangerous off the bounce.
Yeah, reason why, Kevin, he's becoming a great ball handler. They trust him to press the attack and to get into the lane.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. With the NBA looking to improve officiating, Smitty, they'd like to revise the rule book to more closely match the way the game is played. What do you think of that?
Yeah, Kevin, we have to evolve. I think now the game has evolved to more three-point shots, so you got to look at also defense, hand checking, and now we're talking a lot about, room for guys to land, whether it's a foul or not. So I think it will evolve, and it should be because the game is evolving.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
You want unselfishness, but you also need to keep it under control.
Mo Wagner's checked in for Bryant. Here's Bonga. Here's Schofield over Miller. The Wizards with another miss. Johnson surveying the floor. Floats it up there for Siakam.
He's able to shoulder more and more of the load offensively. Siakam's star continues to rise.
Here's Schofield. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Payne's shot is good.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Siakam. Steve, the G League is now offering select contracts worth $125,000. They want to attract prospects straight out of high school. What do you think of that?
I like it, Kevin, and I think I'd love to see that number go up, and I like the opportunity for some of those guys to be able to go straight out of high school. It's good for some, it's bad for others, but I think you have to give those guys that opportunity.
Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Payne. Johnson outside. Now here's Payne. Tight defense on him, and he gets the bucket.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
And so it's Bonga who brings up the ball for Washington. Here's Schofield. He trains the quick shot. Schofield's got 10 points in the quarter. And for the Raptors, their shooting is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Personal foul, team's 5th.
One shot.
That free throw good from Miller.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Fires from the wing. Bunga gets the bucket. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Johnson, the pass to Boucher. And he overshot that one, missing. Washington has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Took him no time at all on that one. Bunga's got 10 points here in the second half. Bunga's gone 5 of 6 in field goal attempts tonight. To the middle. And there's Payne. That's good on the assist by Siakam.
Great pass to set your man up with a high percentage look.
Here's Schofield. Another one falls for Washington.
Man, he is just really in a flow right now. That field goal percentage has gone through the roof.
Payne finds Miller. Back to Payne. Siakam outside. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. The Raptors making a switch here. Ibaka's checked in.
Serge Ibaka.
Four on the clock. Here's Boucher. Another shot. Shot's good by Ibaka.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Here's Schofield, and Washington again with the bucket.
Wow, 10 straight points from mid-range.
Toronto shooting indicative of smooth offensive play. Up at 60%. They're a machine from the floor.
Excellent timing on that play and a wonderful pass.
And there's the pass to Miles. Nice shot from the wing.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
Miller outside. Floats one up. A lot of people think, Steve, there are 3 factors necessary to achieving organizational success. Ownership, and ownership. What do you think?
I guess it's ownership and ownership. I think it also comes down to trust. Trust in anything gets you a chance to be successful.
And, Steve, you know, it's just about establishing that culture, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think you got to have an identity, a culture that everybody wants to be a part of.
First free throw is good. He doesn't get the second one. Washington's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Here's Miles. Again, the Wizards score.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Reason why momentum can flip so quickly. We see it time and time again. Teams giving up big leads.
Miller outside. Now here's Payne. D right on him.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Here's Bunga. And Washington again with the bucket. And so here's Toronto. Miller outside to the wing on the left. Here's Ibaka. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
After a lackluster first half, he's taken charge offensively. We'll see how the defense responds.
Passes it to Schofield. Over Miller. He's off on that one. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Johnson with it. The dish to Miller. Ibaka outside. Back to Miller. And it's Miller with the jam.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Here's Bunga. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Payne looking around. So much new technology. A lot of it's so exciting, Steve. Did you see the demo of the jersey that can change a player's name and number the other day? Wow, that was something.
I did. I saw the demonstration that Adam Silver did. It is fantastic. I was thinking about myself, Kevin. I played for 7 teams. That's a lot of changing of the name and number.
CJ Miles.
That really is. Now, here is Miller. Not a lot of room. Johnson outside. And Jones pulls it down. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Washington. Pass to Schofield. Right wing. Nice ball movement by Washington. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Raptors ball.
The Raptors shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. To the inside. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Wizards.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Wall.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got. On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on?
Well, the question becomes, are they playing that much better now, or has their opponent taken the rest of the night off?
On the wing, Johnson lets it go with a 3. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Working on the accuracy from range, you see Stanley looking a little more comfortable out there.
Washington calls timeout.
You know, for a player like Stanley Johnson, you are just waiting for the offense to come around. He has shown to be a solid defender, but that's just not enough to find consistent minutes.
We've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, John Wall.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
On the road, in a tough atmosphere, he's taken on the role of star tonight. If one of their other players came up short, he picked up the slack to make sure they'll be walking out of here with a win. .34 seconds left in the fourth. Smith with it, now guarded by Payne. From deep. Smith, no good. And it's the Raptors ball. They're on a 14-6 run. It's tipped. Makes it off the glass.
An aggressive move by Stanley Johnson can score the ball a number of ways inside.
Pass to Jones. Here's Bunga. From deep three-point range, off target. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. John, this team goes as you and Bradley go. What is it like having him with you out there?
We just enjoy playing with each other. He makes things easy for me, pushing the ball in the fast breaks and having the opportunity to find him, and also getting open shots for myself. And he's helped me want to be consistent with my jump shot and making shots and trusting my energy and stuff.
You guys are growing together, John. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.